Hi guys! Over the last few years, frugal living has exploded in popularity, and with the cost of living crisis, it makes more sense than ever. There are so many practical ideas that actually work and anyone can use them. And the best part is, you don't have to be a hardcore minimalist and follow all rules and trends. Even a few simple frugal habits can help you spend less money and feel way less stressed. Frugal living is about spending with intention, using what you have, avoiding waste, and simplifying your life. It's about living wiser, not cheaper. And if you want to change your spending habits, change your relationship with your stuff, simplify your life, and make it more valuable, you can find something helpful in the frugal lifestyle for you. In today's video, I want to share 10 frugal tips that actually work for everyone in everyday life. And whether you are a minimalist or not, I'm sure you will find something here that helps you live more intentionally and spend more intentionally. Tip number 1. Buy cheap, pay twice. Always buy the highest quality you can afford. Frugal people don't go after the cheapest option, they go after something that will last. With inflation, buying replacements for cheap items might actually be more expensive, not to mention really bad for the environment and, put it simply, just annoying. When you buy quality, you save money, time, and most importantly, you get to enjoy your purchase. For example, I bought my sneakers a few years ago and they costed $150. They still like new, they're comfortable, and I love them. I wear them every day, so they are definitely worth the money for me. My phone that I bought 6 years ago is still as new and in perfect condition and is working fine. I do believe it's okay to pay a fair bit of money for the quality stuff. Tip number 2, wait before you buy. Waiting a few days before buying something will save you a lot of money, so shopping out of impulse is the worst thing we can do. If we delay gratification and wait until the impulse settles, most items will lose their appeal, and it will save you a lot of regret, clutter, not to mention tons of money. That really helps with separating our wants from our needs. 2 things that actually help me are here, having a wish list and having a shopping day. What does it mean? In my previous life, if I wanted something, I just go and buy it. But impulse buying almost always ended up being buyer's remorse a few hours later. Now I have a wish list, and if I want something, I just add it to the list and wait for my shopping day. You can nominate any day. Mine is a Saturday. Come Saturday, I check my wish list, remove items off it. I'm not making this up. Since I started doing this, my wish list so far is completely empty. Frugal tip number 3. Cut all non-essentials. Focus on what truly matters and cut what doesn't. Cutting non-essential means that removing everything that doesn't add value to your life. Some things may seem small, like subscriptions, takeout, little impulse here and there, but they all add up very fast. When you eliminate them, you free up money for things that truly matter, like freedom, security, experiences, or whatever makes your life better and makes you happier. Of course, you don't have to go hardcore and cut out everything out of your life. Leave what feels joyful for you and adding value to your life. If sitting in a cafe for 30 minutes and having a cup of coffee helps you survive the day, just do it. Don't listen to me. I personally don't see this as an essential anymore. I cut out takeaway coffee, food, and I just cancel Stravia because more than likely I will not be running much this summer. Amazon Prime is also gone. I will, however, keep supporting a few people on Patreon as their content adds value to my mental health, and I do want to support them. Other than that, everything is on pause now. Tip number 4. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. This one is so self-explanatory. If you're not sure about it, why buy it? If you don't like it now, or I don't like it now, or what are the chances you will or use it in the future? More than likely, it will end up being donated or dumped. So save yourself money and time. Buy only what you absolutely love and sure about. If you don't feel excited about it now, it means you don't want it and you don't need it. You're just after a dopamine kick. Simple as that. Frugal tip number 5, use what you have. Many of us already have a lot of stuff. So one of the easiest ways to be frugal is appreciating what you've got. Before you buy something new, see if you can fix it, reuse it, or repurpose what you already have. Most things we replace are still very much okay. They just need a little bit of attention. That applies to everything: food, clothing, devices. Constant upgrades create waste and they drain your wallet without improving your life. But when we have to repair what we have, we don't just cut down on spending, we also break that habit of chasing new things just because it's new. Also, me personally, I love the feeling of giving old things a second chance in life. Just imagine how much effort went into creating a product, how many people worked on making it available for you to use, and we just throw it away without a second chance. Just something to think about it. Frugal tip number 6, declutter and organize. Having less stuff can not just save you money, it can also simplify your life. Excess things create mental noise, clutter, and they require a lot of resources, both physical and mental, to maintain them. By decluttering, you realize how much you actually own, and that alone may stop you from chasing new things, which will only increase the already cluttered space. Being frugal and minimalistic isn't about living with nothing, it's about living with enough. For me personally, I can't focus properly when my house is cluttered. So every few months, I go through my house, one room or one area at a time, take everything out and only put back in what I really need and use. The rest is given away, donated, or sometimes thrown away, unfortunately. Can't avoid it 100%. That way, I know what I have and what I use and what I may need in the future, so I can plan for it. Tip number 7, track your money and budget. To put it simply, you need to know where your money goes. Tracking spending and planning ahead helps you identify leaks and ensures money is used on what truly matters. Tracking your money gives you clarity, control, and confidence. Without it, money disappears into habits, convenience, and unnoticed leaks. When you know where it all goes, you can align your spending with your values and goals. For years, I refused to do that because I felt like I was judging and depriving myself. After all, I earned that money, so why do I have to justify how and where I spend it? This is exactly the mindset that will make you broke. I realized that when I started having less and less money left at the end of each month. When I started tracking my shopping habits, I quickly realized where my money leaks were. It took me a few years to get them under control, but now I track every single purchase I make. I still buy things, of course, but I always ask why before I buy. Frugal tip number 8, shop smart. Buying slightly used, waiting for sales, or comparing prices can save hundreds of dollars without sacrificing quality. Smart shopping isn't about being cheap, it is about being wise. You compare prices, check second-hand options, and buy at the right time. For example, I'm not the one who wants to compromise on the quality of food, but the least I can do is to be smart about it. If you see something on sales you always use, just buy it in advance. Buy whole ingredients, learn simple recipes, don't overcomplicate things. Sometimes the easier, the better, and cheaper too. As for clothing, always check second-hand shops. Chances are you'll find something brand new with tags and at a fraction of a cost. 2 years ago, I bought a brand new 100% Italian wool coat for $90, and the retail price now would probably be close to $1,000. It looks great and I will wear it forever. Frugal tip number 9. If I can't pay it in full, I can't afford it. Buying only what you can afford means living within your means. It will save you a lot of stress and it will give you something very valuable, freedom of choice. It also helps to be in control of your life, avoid financial stress, and go into credit card debt. I absolutely refuse to use credit cards or buy now, pay services later now. I refuse to be on their hook and pay interest to them. I have one simple rule. If I can't pay for something in full, it means I can't afford it, and that's okay. If I really need it or want it, I will have to save up for it. Of course, there are a few exceptions here, like buying a house or sometimes buying a car, but overall, there is no need to be in debt. Frugal tip number 10. No makeup, perfume, or other beauty products. Every day we are hearing about some magic potion that will change our lives forever. My question to you is, have you found it yet? Please share in the comments if you have. I'd love to know. This one is very controversial, but I personally choose not to wear makeup or perfume. Once in a while, I wear a bit of a concealer sometimes, but overall, I prefer a natural look. I also cut my own hair, and this is my natural hair color. A few years ago, I decided to dye my hair blonde, and it was a complete disaster. The hairdresser burned it so bad that I had chunks falling out, so never again. I used to pay for my haircut, but I learned how to trim my ends, and that's pretty much all I do with it. And I also do my nails myself. I do, however, invest in good quality skincare products as well as hair care. So these are the 10 frugal tips that I actually use, and these days they are more valuable than ever. Frugal living isn't just about strict minimalism. Even a few simple habits can help you spend less. In short, it's about being intentional and using what you already have. These frugal tips can make your life simpler and less stressful, so just pick what works for you and skip the rest. Hope you guys feel the same way, and please share in the comments your own frugal tips and habits that work for you. Thank you very much for your support. Please like or subscribe to my channel if you find these tips helpful. I really appreciate it. I also made a video about the Buy Nothing Rebellion, and I hope you find it interesting as well. Thank you very much, and I will see you next week. All the best for now. Bye.